Free from Hamas.
From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free.
Free from Hamas.
Free, Palestine.
From Hamas.
From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. 1, 2, 3, 4. No more. 5, 6, 7, 8. Israel is a terrorist state. 1, 2, 3, 4. Occupation no more. 5, 6, 7, 8. Israel is a terrorist state.
Don't believe the lies. They're a bunch of racists.
Stop touching me! I will get the police if you touch me. Do not touch me. Move out of my way. Move out of my way. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Free, Palestine. Free, Palestine. Free, Palestine. Free from Hamas. We will peace. We will go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Terrorist state. Terrorist state. Terrorist state. Terrorist state. Israel is a terrorist state.
2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more. 5, 6, 7, 8. Israel is a terrorist state. 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 Palestine will be free. 1, 2, 3, 4. Occupation no more. 5, 6, 7, 8. Israel is a terrorist state. Israel is a terrorist state. Israel is a terrorist state.
Free from Hamas.
Free from Israeli occupation. Israeli occupation.
Free from Hamas.
What's an unfortunate thing? Oh, that was an unfortunate No, there was a war going on and there was a ship which they weren't told about. They didn't know it was the man. They didn't know it was the Someone who's racist against blacks. You know what? Just like the 70s, some people, when this thing all goes to when everybody goes home, they've got no grades, no education, no intelligence. Why don't you hit the nail on the head? Let's have some proper debate. You see this photo here? You see what they do? Do you see what they're doing out there? That's what they do. That's what they do out there. You see that? Look at that. That's the way to go. That's So he wasn't an actual leader of the Palestinians. He was appointed by a British
He was Zionist.
No, he wasn't.
We are here today outside Jason Atherton's Little Social restaurant to ask Little Social and its head chef Carrie Doherty to cancel their scheduled participation in an Israeli government-sponsored propaganda culinary event, roundtables in Tel Aviv in November 2017, and to respect the Palestinian call for a cultural boycott of apartheid Israel. Culture has always been an important weapon in the Israeli government's public relations campaign. The Israeli Foreign Ministry's Deputy Director, General Nissim Ben Shitrit, announced in 2005 that we see culture culture. And in 2006, the Israeli Ministry of Foreign Affairs launched a multi-million-dollar initiative called Brand Israel, whereby culture is used to whitewash an apartheid state founded on the ethnic cleansing of the Palestinian people and occupation of their land. Ari Mekon of Israel's Foreign Ministry explained, "We will send well-known novelists and writers overseas, theater companies, exhibits. This way, you show Israel's prettier face. So we are not thought of purely in the context of war." Round Tables Tel Aviv is part of this Brand Israel propaganda initiative to showcase Tel Aviv as a cultural hub, with leading chefs, by their participation, becoming ambassadors of this propaganda. Little Social's restaurant head chef Gary Doherty is flying to Tel Aviv, courtesy of the Israeli Foreign Ministry's propaganda Brand Israel project. There, he will cook at Tel Aviv's Blue Roosters restaurant, which is built exactly on the location of the destroyed Palestinian village of Al Jammasin al-Gharbi, whose population of 1,253 Palestinians were ethnically cleansed by the Haganah, the Zionist terrorist organization headed by infamous war criminals like Ariel Sharon. The survivors of that ethnically cleansed village today, numbering some 10,000 Palestinian refugees, will not be permitted under Israel's apartheid system from entering, let alone eating, at the Blue Rooster. Gary Doherty will be cooking in the shadow of starving Gaza, which is less than 40 miles away. Israel has imposed an illegal 10-year land, sea and air blockade on Gaza. Documents from Israel's Defense Ministry reveal that Israel uses a meticulously calculated, cold-blooded calorie count to limit food entering Gaza, to enforce a starvation diet on Gaza, where people are always starving, but not quite dead from starvation. Over half of the people of Gaza are children under 15 years old. When hungry Gazans go fishing in their own waters, their boats are attacked by the Israeli Navy and their fishermen are abducted. Israel sprays toxins over Gaza farmland to ensure no crops grow, and has imposed a no-go zone across 17% of Gaza, much of it farmland. Farmers are shocked if caught farming on their land. Oxfam reports that 96% of fresh water in Gaza is unfit for human consumption.
Prominent chefs from Palestine and 9 other countries have written to Little Social urging them to reconsider. Tahir Shaheen, a Palestinian chef at Dana, one of Ramallah's most well-known restaurants, wrote, "This year's edition of the Round Tables Festival features farm-to-table food. Whose farms and whose tables? Israel has systematically destroyed Palestinian farms and farming as a whole, and continues to deny farmers access to their lands. This is evident in Israel's persistent attacks on the annual olive harvest, which is taking place now. We, the indigenous people of the land, cannot access our farms and land. If the chefs really care about the values of the farm-to-table movement, including Palestinian farms and tables, they will withdraw from this event." We are here today outside Jason Atherton's Little Social restaurant to ask Little Social and its head chef Carrie Doherty to cancel their scheduled participation in an Israeli government-sponsored propaganda culinary event, Round Tables in Tel Aviv in November 2017, and to respect the Palestinian call for a cultural boycott of apartheid Israel. Over 180 civil society groups from across the world, including Palestinian farmers' unions, have written to Little Social asking it to pull out of Round Table.
And the United Nations reports that 72% of households are food insecure, that by 2020 Gaza will be completely uninhabitable. It is shameful that Jason Atherton's Little Social restaurant and its head chef Carrie Doherty seem to ignore the plight of the oppressed people of Gaza and instead attend a culinary festival hosted by an apartheid regime that is responsive for starving these children in Gaza. Shame on you, Little Social! Shame on you, Jason Atherton!
Shame on you people!
Shame on you, Carrie Doherty!
And the peaceful...
In the 1980s, the United Nations compiled a blacklist of celebrities, from artists, performers, to sportsmen who appeased the apartheid regime in South Africa by ignoring the call of the oppressed to boycott apartheid. Their names are forever reviled as supporters of racism and oppression. Later, last month, the United Nations Human Rights Council announced the compilation of a similar blacklist of companies that today appease the apartheid regime in Israel, starting with those complicit in Israel's illegal settlements built on stolen Palestinian land. The list will be published by the end of this year. We urge Jason Atherton and Carrie Doherty to stand on the right side of history and be remembered as honorable men who put humanity before profit and stood up for the oppressed.